balance to the world, one household at a time. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of the Kim Jacobs Show. Yes, I have backstage the lovely Latoya Walker. Latoya, your camera, pull it down a little bit because I know I couldn't talk to you backstage. So I was just going to have you pull your camera down so that it's not showing your ceiling. So I'll put you backstage until you get that camera popped down. I know wanted to make sure that you get a chance to position your camera properly. I know I had you move. So everybody that's on, you're like, what's going on? What's going on is anytime you're doing these virtual shows, you want to make sure that things are right, that your guests look popping and ready to go. And so once I see that proper lighting back there and her seated, I'll pull her back in, but not yet. So anyway, I see all of your comments coming in, and it is going to be an epic episode because we are talking with Latoya Walker today. And let's see. Oh, so, okay. So she actually is an author. Slave on the Throne. Okay. We're going to have to definitely deep dive on this topic. She's the author of A Slave on the Throne by Latoya Walker. So, book by Latoya Walker. We're going to learn a lot more about what that's about today. And I am excited because I don't have a full clue on what's going on yet with it, but we're going to learn. But let me do this. When you've situated, Latoya, give me a thumbs up. How many of you all enjoyed your weekend? I know coming up for me, put a 1 in the comments. You had a great weekend. For me, coming up next week on May 31st, guess what it is? It's my birthday. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. And guess what? I'm going to be 52 years old. So I am super excited. You can't tell me nothing. Anytime God allowed me to be on this earth for almost 52 years, this is amazing. Blessing from God, in my opinion. So if you see me acting a whole cutting up like that, that's what's going on, y'all. And it's okay to be excited that God gave me life and gave me the opportunity to salt this earth for 52 years. Yes, come through, birthday. So let everybody know that come next week on Friday, Monday, and Tuesday, I'm not doing any shows. I don't even think I'm running reruns. All I'm doing is just enjoying my birthday time frame. And so I'm super excited about that. All right. Let me see. I can pull. Yes, Udine, I see you giving me some shout outs. Yes. Oh, did you say 52 and fine? Jaleesa, I'll pay you later. All right. All right. Let's see. All of one. Hi, Mr. Marcia Moore. Okay. Happy birthday, Abadaba said that. Woo woo. All right. Let me get off the birthday thing. But anyway, I'm quite excited. Let me get Latoya Walker in here. Here you go. How are you, Latoya?
Hey, how you doing?
You like, girl? You had a cute background there because with that blue back there in the other room.
But I think the lighting in this area is much better.
I agree. It's gorgeous. You're beautiful, and we're gonna have a great show. Latoya Walker, everyone, welcome. Where are you located, Latoya?
I'm actually in the suburb of Dallas. Frisco.
Okay. That's right. You said you came to Charlotte to the Jake's conference.
Mm-hmm. Yep, the leadership conference in Charlotte.
Did you enjoy yourself?
I had so much fun. I was by myself. I did overeat, but
you overate. That's funny. I think I overeat. I don't have to be at a conference, so it could be just regular. My son said yesterday, he was like, "Mom, I'm not going to allow you to eat that cookie." And I was like, Frankie, he said, well, Mom, at least it needs to be smaller, right? We were talking about this cookie I'm making. And I said, Frankie, it's not that I'm eating a big cookie. It's just that when I put my extra Ghirardelli chocolate morsels in there, it spreads in the pan. He was like, Mom, no, we're going back and forth. But at the end of the day, I said, well, did you want one? He was like, so don't be fussing at me. Right. And you want me to make you a cookie too, right? Anyway, I'm excited. Today we have with us Latoya Walker. She's an international speaker, business owner of a trucking company, author, and student of renowned motivational speaker Les Brown. Latoya was born and raised in Dallas, Texas. where she currently resides, and she serves her community. She serves her community a whole lot. We'll talk about that. She has a podcast called Latoya TV, and her audience helps people draw closer to God and maximize their quality of life. That's so important through self development. And Latoya has successfully released a book called A Slave on the Throne. We're going to learn more about that today as well. And she also has her second release coming out, Six Kings and One Queen, baby. I can't wait to hear what that's about. Her mission is to draw people closer to God and help them rise from their past faults, traumas,
Yes.
and failures to rise up. Let's rise up and be who God called us to be today. Welcome, Latoya Walker, to the Kim Jacobs Show.
Thank you, Kim. It is my honor to be here. Thank you so much for bringing me on. It is my honor.
Well, we're going to have a great time. So, everybody, buckle your seatbelts. We're going to talk to Latoya in great detail. We're going to start our episode with our episode sponsor, Silver Shield Security. And if you don't have Silver Shield Security and you are in the North Carolina, South Carolina, or Georgia area, you don't want to miss this African American owned company that will take great care of you. 704-440-4688. Let's learn more about them now.
It's not just another day, it's a brand new day, full of all the fun, love, and laughter you and your family create. Silver Shield Security understands feeling at home means feeling safe and happy. No credit checks, no contracts. We offer payment arrangements, and we'll even give you a free door camera. Find out how we can brighten your day even more at silvershield-security.com. Silver Shield Security.
All right, everyone, we're here talking with Latoya. Latoya, so we're talking about refreshing, renewing, restarting. Those are some powerful words when you think about them. What even got you to a point where you needed to get this new vision in your own life?
What got me to the point is back in 2013, I lost my brother. And when I lost him, it was like a part of me went with him because he was more of like the father figure um, in my life. He was a brother. He was a big brother, but he was a father figure. So after doing that, I got myself in a horrible marriage from hell, and I was around bad people making bad decisions. So one day I was in the shower and God just broke me down. The Holy Spirit just broke me down, and He gave me a vision of myself on stage speaking.
Hmm.
Yeah, He gave me a vision of myself on stage speaking, and I was like, "Who is this person that he's he's showing me? I sure like her, but it doesn't. She don't match with what I don't been through." So every day he's renewing me, he's renewing my mind, he's renewing my thoughts to the point to where you would think that you would have met a whole new person. And I just allow God to come in and just renew my mind and renew my thoughts. He removed people out of my life. And he moved me to a different location. He moved me to. He just gave me. You would have thought that how sometimes when they people go into witness protection, they become a new person.
Right.
Yes, I became a new creature. I became a new person in the inside, and it definitely did a lot of stuff that's been transpiring in my life. It doesn't match up with what I done been through. So the renewing was of my mind, and sometimes I want to even add reinvent in there because he reinvented me. He held thoughts, he held blessings, he held so much from me when I was that person in the world, and when he removed myself and when he removed me. He gave me the vision. He gave me the thoughts. He gave me the thought about this book, Slave on the Throne. And it relates to what I've been through in my life, but I put it in a maybe I'll say like a historic version
That's
of
good.
what I've been through. It's actually about a girl that was born into a family. She was born out of wedlock. She was born into this family of royalty, but they did not accept her because of how she was brought into the family. So she was sold into slavery, and she fought so hard. She went through so much. In at the end, she regains her throne. She becomes queen of the throne. So,
Hmm.
um,
Wait, okay. So, because you saying a lot of things, and so I got to interject a little bit because
yeah.
these are all 1 hour shows. Everything that you were saying, and so I'm trying to process it and let's go back for a minute because this
Okay.
and anybody in the virtual studio audience, type your comments, questions, thoughts, and I will make sure that I pop some of them up throughout the broadcast here. But you said that it was a major pivotal turning point when your brother
hmm
transitioned.
hmm
So he was here, he was your person that you kind of like your strong tower. He was enjoying.
That was my ace coon boom. That was my road dog. That was the person that put me in check. If I was doing something wrong, he gonna tell me. That was the person if I needed something, I'm gonna call him. Like that. I don't. To be honest, I've never met a person on the planet of Earth that's like him. So, both my parents were addicted to drugs. He stepped in. He took.
So he was really like a father
He was a
figure to
father
you.
figure. He was a father figure. He was a brother. Like you can sit down and talk to him. He was smart. He was intelligent, and it's actually crazy because the night that he passed away, um, he there was I just looked at him like he was walking out. I was actually at a friend's house, and I let him. We switched cars, and when he brought my car back, it was just like the Holy Spirit was saying, "Get up and look at him." And I got up and I looked at him, and she stayed in some apartments that was kind of like they weren't the best apartments, and I was like, "Oh man, let me watch him. I hope somebody won't try to do nothing to him in these apartments." And I left and I went home. I drove home. I was on Interstate 20, and I will never forget this song by Key Sweat came on, and I just started crying thinking about him. I just burst out crying thinking about him. And then I went home and I sat on my couch. And I'm normally sleep. I go to sleep like an old lady. I'm normally sleep around 8 or 9, but I was up all night. I was up to like 1 that morning, and my daughter called and she said, "Hey, my Amy said that my uncle's just been shot," and I just started screaming, saying, "I knew it! I knew it! I knew it!"
So
Because
you had a sense that this
I had
was
a sense
happening.
that something was about to happen to him.
Mm, mm. Man, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, and I asked my pastor. I told my pastor, I said, I had a sense before he died that something's about to happen to him. He said, "Oh, that's not." He said, "That's." He said that happens. He said that happened to me. He said when his brother passed away, his mom and sister knocked on the door, and he said, "Oh, I already know." Like he said, yeah. So I had a sense that something was gonna happen to him, and I had already started crying, and nothing had even happened. So that right there took me through just like I never in my life, if you wanted to kick me, you could have kicked me and got every lick that you wanted to, and I wasn't gonna return.
Of course. That's exactly how I feel about when my son passed. I was like,
Yeah,
there's nothing anybody could do that
yeah,
could hurt me
that
at
can hurt.
all any more than what I've already been hurt by my son.
Yeah, yeah, and
So
I don't had a grandmother that passed, but it wasn't the effect to him because he actually showed me. I'm gonna say that's the first person that actually showed me like genuine love without
that
and
just had no strings
no
attached,
strings attached.
unconditional. Now, is he
Unconditional.
on your Facebook page by chance? Because I'm over here on this page.
No, he's not. He's
Okay.
not.
Okay, because you got to tell me.
I wish
I'm
I
looking.
had.
I'm looking.
He's a Hampson guy. I wish I had a. I should have sent a picture of him, but yeah, he definitely.
I was just gonna pull him up if that was the case, but I couldn't find one.
Yeah,
But
so
he really made an indelible mark in your life, and
he
that
did.
seems like it was a pivotal turning point. So what advice would you give people that have loved ones that's like one of the most significant people in their lives, whether it be a child, a spouse, a grandparent, a mom, a brother father figure, but yet then they transition from this earth and you have to go on. Because that's a challenging thing to do. What advice would you give people?
It's a very challenging thing to do. I would say that you're going to grieve. You're going to grieve. I have a cousin that's just lost two of her children, and those are the only two kids she had. So you're going to grieve. You're going to grieve. I'm not going to sit here and say that you're going to get up the next day and it's going no, you're going to grieve. But once you grieve, you had to allow that part of you that was suffering to die and allow God to rise you and rebirth yourself and restart. Those people will always be with us in our heart. They have transitioned with the Lord, and to be with the Lord is a good thing. So when you think about it, you cannot like it's not bad for them. It's not bad for them. So
Right. They're in the
they
place where we
good.
all strive,
They
well,
good.
for
They
me
good.
anyway, where I strive to be.
So yeah, I would have to say this may sound crazy, but his death rebirthed me.
Interesting.
His death rebirthed me. I discovered who I was after his death. So
Wow. His death rebirthed you. So
yeah,
type that, Mackenzie, too. His death rebirthed me, meaning that you are a whole different person. You
I,
rediscovered
I
yourself.
had to. I had
Oh,
to.
wow. Jaleesa said that she's very proud of you, Latoya, as
Thank
well.
you, Jaleesa. I'm
And
proud of
lots
you
of
too.
comments are coming in as well. Somebody else said that somebody said, "Wow, this is just an amazing story." And you lost a really okay. You lost a really one in the family, natural born leader in your family.
He was the
Yeah,
leader,
yeah.
and I said, yeah, during his trial, I actually told the guy that murdered him, I said, you killed our chief. You murdered our chief. So
So
anybody
you
that
actually had to come face to face with the person.
oh yeah, I made sure he I made sure that the law enforcement did what they needed to do to have him to so we can have peace in our heart as a family member because he was walking around. He was walking around and freely. So yeah, I talked to him and I actually even just sent him a letter like actually Saturday, a letter of forgiveness that I forgive him and
Oh my God. So we call this show, what do we call this show episode? Renew, restart, refresh? No. Okay. We need to, I don't know what we needed to title this, but this is life changing what you're sharing here.
yeah,
You wrote a letter of forgiveness to the person, and we're popping your comments up throughout the entire broadcast. Thank you so much, Mackenzie, backstage for helping. Listen, you wrote him a letter of forgiveness.
mm-hmm.
He never asked you for forgiveness.
No, I wrote him a letter. I just wanted him to forgive me because I had so much hatred in my heart towards him.
Mm.
And
Sure. Mm. I didn't even bring my cloth. Oh yeah, I got my cloth. I'm looking for my cloth. I need something. I don't even know what to say. That's wow. You're
yeah,
like you're a different person, a different kind of person that would do that. You asked him to forgive you.
yeah,
Why? Why?
because I hated him so much. I hated him so much, and I walked around and I allowed him to destroy me. And I asked him for forgiveness, and I told him I forgave him, and I asked him to give his life to God. And whether or not he responds back, because he's a person that he's not a good person. So hopefully he'll receive that letter and it would God would touch his heart and he's able to
Hmm.
forgive himself and forgive me. But I did ask him to forgive me and I did forgive him as well. I can't speak for the rest of my family because I don't know how they because they're still hurting. So I can't speak for them and say, hey, yeah, they forgive you too. But me as a person, I had to forgive him because I it was a point where I started doing law enforcement's job for them. That's that, so
Yeah, things can get way south when you start taking matters into your
yeah,
own
yeah.
hands.
So I had to forgive him. I had to forgive him. And
Okay.
he,
Wow.
you know,
Yo, okay. wait, we're gonna transition from this and go to a different.
Let's
I
go
don't even
to
know how to transition off of this because this right here is a lot. It takes a big person, a God-fearing person that can ask for forgiveness when the person did something to you that
mm-hmm.
took from you, that stole from you, and you now are turning around and saying that because of how it impacted me and how it's shaping my whole outcome of my life. Everything about me is different because you took my brother.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you took
Yeah.
matters into your own hand and stole my brother's life. And I'm now asking you to forgive me because I have a deep hatred towards you for doing
Mm-hmm.
this. So you really could be a masterful teacher on forgiveness. Do you realize that?
Yeah, that's what my I think my well that's what my calling is, to forgive, because my kids even say, Mama, you too nice sometimes, you're too friendly.
I just recently did something recently and I contemplated and contemplated and contemplated and I just said, you know what? In this one instance, I just let it go. And I was like, this right here is not something I should let go.
Yeah,
But I let it go.
yeah, we gotta let it go. we
I let it go. But
we, we gotta let it go, but that don't mean when we let something go we don't have to re-invite people in our life. See, that's where we mess up at, and I done that before. We
wow.
when you let something go, we'll re-invite that person in our life and thinking that it's going to be different, and it's not, and you'll hurt yourself again. So once you let something go, just let it go and don't bring it back up. If you're
Wow.
talking about it, talk about it to heal somebody else. Like if you're telling somebody, hey, I went through this, but don't keep going on and on and on about what they did, because at some point we have all been a victim, and at some point we have all been a perpetrator.
That's right.
Now that we have gave our life to God and we are more mature as people, we tend to sometimes forget that 10 years ago you may have said something offensive to somebody, or you may have done something offensive to somebody. So just let it go, just let it go. And I was
Let it go. Let it go. I want to go to some of your virtual studio audience comments. I see you, K Star. Mackenzie, if you're going to pull the comments up for me, I see you in the back doing something different. So then when I okay, let's see. Yes, forgive and let go, but keep them distant from
exactly
you, Rose Slade
keep
said.
keep them distance from you, even if it's family. Sometimes people think that when we are connected in the same DNA that we have to be jolly, jolly, jolly.
Yes.
When people met you, when people like our family knew us from birth, they knew the old us. So when you're transitioning into the new you,
That's right.
if they haven't changed, then they not gonna respect the new you. The first thing they're gonna say is, she thinks she all that, he
She
think he
thinks she
all that,
better. She thinks
he
she
thinks
did.
he better than
But
everybody.
they don't know the new you that you
Yes,
walked
yes,
into.
yes, yes,
Wow. So
yes.
this person says, Marvina says, that's some deep soul searching you did, Latoya. That ain't easy. You're a beautiful woman in all aspects.
Thank you.
And make sure, listen, even use this as an opportunity to, you may not write a letter, but you may just use this comment section just as a way of release for something that you've been holding way too tight and it's causing you restriction in your chest, causing you
Right,
stress, causing you stuff that's going to
right.
cause you to leave this earth sooner than you have to leave.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
put in the comments section, it may not be that you're doing a whole testimonial, but put something that you need to release. Just
Right,
put it in the comment
right.
section and say, I need to release
Yeah.
blank,
To,
whatever it is, fill in the blank, leave it vague, put a code, but you know that you're releasing it right now today on the Kim Jacobs Show. Thanks to our guest, Latoya Walker, who's taken us through this process of renewing, refreshing, and restarting. Yes, Udine said, great advice, the K Star Show said. Who else is commenting? Let's see. Let's see. More. Okay, that's some steep. We said that one. Let's go to the next comment. Excellent. Excellent. Good morning, ladies from Chicago. Dr. Hillary Goodman is on. She's awesome, awesome. So right, and Jeannie says, yes. Other comments. Okay, you preaching now. You preaching now, Marvina said. Break those chains, Jaleesa said. Let's break
release,
those chains because
release.
the enemy wants us to keep this stuff
Mhm,
bottled up on the
mhm,
inside, and we deal with it as an island by ourselves. But
mhm.
this is Kim Jacobs show, so I can say this because I'm only talking about Kim, not the show only. The devil is a liar.
He sure is.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's already defeated. He's
Right.
already defeated. He's a liar. And I don't know who this is for. This is for every single one of us. I don't care if you cuss somebody out in a parking lot yesterday. Forgive yourself and move on.
Yes.
Forgive yourself and move on. Whatever. This is for today. This ain't about yesterday. Today, we're going to release every chain, every forgive ourselves, our mothers, our fathers. It's people that's still mad at, it's people that's mad at deceased people, believe it or not.
I went to a church many years ago, and the lady, she literally was talking about her husband cheated on her, and how bad it made her feel. I had never met her husband, but I was like, oh my gosh, one day I just want to tell this man when I do meet him that you have destroyed this woman. She is destroyed by the fact that you cheated on her with these. It was with some other church person that she had cheated on her with. It was crazy. So her whole story was like bizarre, to say the least. And she's like in her 80s or something. When I realized that, and I did not know this, I thought it was like her husband was at home and she was like saying all of this stuff and all. He had been passed away for like 20 some years. I was like, oh my gosh. And this is still plaguing her at this level as if it had just happened yesterday.
It's happening. And the thing with that is we as our generations, we have to retrain the mind of the older generation. Sometimes people think when they're in their 70s and their 80s that they should know. A lot of them don't. You got to
Mm.
understand the time that they was in, that they was born in. They was born in the most horrible time to be born in. So a lot of that hate and that pain, they taking it to the grave with them, and we had to stop them and say, hey, because everybody think that people may think like, oh, well, they older, they should know better. No, God don't give no age on wisdom. He ain't
Mm.
giving no age on who needs to be corrected.
Latoya, you preaching, girl? You know that? This is like, I mean, you got, I know you got slave on the throne, but you really, really dropping some significant knowledge here. Let go, let go, let go. And Jeannie said, and he traumatized her so bad. You're right, Rose. Rose
Mhm.
Slade also had her son pass away. So she's written a book about the journey of
Oh,
living
okay. I'm sorry.
without her son on this earth.
Yeah.
One of her sons. She did live with another one here. And together they had to go on the journey of with various her son's name, and that's a crazy story when you hear how everything happened. No more generational trauma. Ann said, great
Exactly.
point, great point,
Exactly.
Ann.
You,
Thank
if
you for
you,
being in the studio
yeah,
audience.
if you gotta call your 80-year-old grandma, your 90-year-old auntie, and tell them, hey, release anything and rebirth yourself today. I don't care if they 95, they can rebirth, they can renew their self, they can renew their mind today. And we have to step up and help these people because a lot of people are going to the grave sad and mad and full of pain when we should be at peace. When we transition, I know we're gonna be at peace when we get God, but we shouldn't live a day where something is affecting us that happened 20 or 30 years ago. And half of the time, the people that don't did something to us, they don't even remember.
Mm, mm. That's the thing. They really don't. Because like when you say even sometimes we've done things, right?
Mhm.
I've done things to people that
Me
I didn't
too.
even know that it even impacted them that way. One lady worked with my show before, and I promise I say, and when she said what I said, it's something I say all the time. So I
Mhm.
knew it's something I said, right? Because I'm
Right.
forever saying, look, we're not going to be doing this fluff stuff. We're going to get to the real meat of the matter, and we're going to blah, 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 blah. I don't want us to be just, I be doing all of this stuff all the time. Well, unbeknownst to me, like literally 10 years later or so, this woman that used to work with me says that, she didn't say it to me originally, but she's it's okay. It's okay. The point is she did say it to me. Let me be clear. Go back, because this is on a recorded session. She did bring it to my attention, and she said directly that you did something that hurt me. And I was like, I love this lady. Like I love her. You know what I'm saying? Even to this day, I love her. So I was like, what in the world did I do to the woman? I could not think of what I did possibly to other than just love this lady. And literally, I know the intention in my heart was love anyway.
Mhm.
No, I had said some things that rubbed her the wrong way. And I asked for her forgiveness and told her I
Mhm.
never, ever intend to hurt her because I love her. So I'm glad that I was even given the opportunity
Mm-hmm.
Be able to say, please forgive me, please forgive me.
Right.
And
Right.
even though it may be in my perspective a smaller thing or whatever, it was huge to that to that particular person.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter how small it is to us. If it offends our brother or offends our sister, it's something that we need to
Something,
get
and
it
it's we
right.
need to get it right. We need to get it right. And
So I say that to say that anybody, and I know when it's a general blanketed statement, but if I offend anybody, know that I
me too.
promise it's not my
It's like that.
intention to
Yeah.
harm or to hurt anybody on this earth because I love all of God's people. I
Mm-hmm.
love y'all. And it's my honor to be able to serve God's people and to be a blessing to God's people. So when you get stuff years later, you be like, oh, and but but you know it's you. You
Mm-hmm.
know it's something you did say or do, you know?
Mm-hmm. Because I know I don't. Before I transitioned, before I gave my life to God, I said a lot. I did a lot of stuff. I was hurting in the inside and internally. So, when you're hurting, hurt people hurt people, um,
Right.
and a lot of people may not. I probably don't did something to somebody in my past, and I don't transition to, you know, um, this new person, and they still may be mad at the old me, and there's nothing that I can do about that but
That's
tell them,
good.
hey, I'm sorry. I'm a whole new person now, so
I
whatever
love it.
to
I
you.
love it. I love that advice.
Yeah.
And one thing that Robert Schuller says is that problems are not stop signs, they're just guidelines.
Mm-hmm.
So things that we go through in life, we need to continue to move forward, not let it be our that's the end of the road. It's not the end of the road. You still have life in your body and you want to be able to go on and say, okay, this is something that I did. It's not fatal. It's
Mm-hmm.
something that wasn't the way that I wanted it to be, but I still can move on, you know?
Move on. I can
So
move.
we're talking today, everybody, with the wonderful Latoya Walker, and I'm glad everything worked out for her to be able to be on here and the lighting and everything because we needed her to be here. Hurt people, hurt people. Yes, that's too real. Jaleesa said, glad to be here. And Igini said, and I hope I'm not messing your name up. In Igini's. I love
That's
that.
beautiful.
That's a beautiful name. In Jeannie's Corner. Okay. Glad to be here. She said, forgiving and apologizing is pertinent, is what Marvina says. And Ann says, well said, Kim. And Jaleesa said, yes, I am loving this show today. So if you love the show, Jaleesa, make sure you go ahead and share this broadcast out and tag your friends, your family, your coworkers, and let them know that we're here Monday through Friday. Well, not this Friday, because coming up on this Friday, y'all, remember I'm taking some days off for my birthday. So May 27th, May 30th, and 31st. No, May 31st and June 1st.
Joy.
Yeah, anyway, I'm taking off. I will be back on June 1st. I'm so excited. And
Happy
I'm
year. I
ready.
know you are. I know you are. You look good for your age, so I know you definitely we have to get that time to ourselves to take a break from life and just focus on Kim and just enjoy your birthday, enjoy those days. If you want
I
to lay
might do some skating. Hey, I don't think I'll be by myself because some of my family, they were like, Ma, we can go and look at you,
on,
but
yeah,
we are not going out there. But we'll see. I'm gonna have a good time. I
that's good.
love that, Miss Kim. Problems are not to stop us, but they are guidelines. And that's by Robert Schuller. That's a quote from Robert Schuller. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, right after this commercial break, talk to us about the community that you serve. You serve a community and you're actively involved. Tell us some of the things you have going on when we come back right after this commercial break. Our episode sponsor, who we're going to be talking about next, I think is Get Insured. Is that it? Nope. Mackenzie's like, no, let Mackenzie do this. Mackenzie, go ahead.
When someone has lost a loved one, they want to know what exactly happened. They want to know, is the other person going to be held responsible? And they want closure. At Hunter and Everett, we help clients that have lost a loved one move on and to do that with dignity and respect that they deserve.
All right, everyone, we are back and we are talking with Latoya Walker. You can have your water and stuff too, Latoya, so you don't have to have it where it's not. But okay, anyway, Attorney Charles Everidge with Hunter Everidge Law Firm. They are hunter-everidge.com. you can definitely reach out to them. If you're dealing with disability or personal injury, they have a staff and team that's willing to help you get some justice in the situation. Or if you've been denied a claim, make sure you reach out. 704-377-9157. And they are in multiple states. So definitely find out if they're in your location. All right. So talk to us, Latoya, about your community service.
Okay, I have I actually go downtown and feed the homeless. That's one project I'm doing, and then I'm actually getting something together to start over in Africa, in Ghana. So I have those two that I'm working on. It's hard because I'm using my own resources, but I pray I'm gonna start looking around to see if I can get some funding, some help for these people. But it's out of pocket with myself. So I normally just go downtown and feed the homeless on Sundays, and the program I'm starting over in Africa.
That's good. That's real good. And what made you decide to start the program specifically in Africa?
Because I did my DNA, and I
Oh, this is
found
very
out.
deep. You got such deep story. This, see, you know what? It takes a question, and then it takes a follow-up question with you, Latoya, to get to this whole depth of what in the world.
Yes,
DNA, what?
I had to do my DNA. Okay, so let me tell y'all this story. One day I'm in this seminar, and this guy comes up to me. He's like, "What tribe are you from?" I'm like, "What tribe am I from? I ain't from no tribe. I'm from Oak Cliff." So I'm like, okay. So then I go to this African restaurant one day, and it's like people start coming from everywhere. They were having a birthday party, but you would have thought it was my birthday party, how they greeted me and set me down and just start. I was like, wait a minute. I got to find out where I'm from, because I like how these people treat me. So I was like, once I did my DNA, I seen that I was Nigerian and Cameroon. So that's why a lot of people was coming up to me, are you Igbo woman? I was like, no.
That is amazing. So you really are of
I'm
Cameroon
Nigerian.
descent.
I'm a Cameroon descent.
I know people. Well, first of all, I've never seen so many people. I spoke at an event. I've never seen so many people on a screen. They were all from Cameroon, and this one pastor had me come on and speak virtually. I was like, how many folk in Cameroon? Y'all rolling deep in Cameroon.
Cameroon, Nigerian descent. So,
wow.
So yeah, so once I had to figure out, like, what is this? Why are these people coming up to me thinking that I am a part of this tribe and that tribe? So that kind of had its key to with Slave on the Throne. I just, I want to go back and do something for my people, because we was just put here. We part of a kidnap. Every person that, I'm sure that if you've been kidnapped, a person that's been kidnapped before, they want to meet their birth parents.
That's right.
So that's how I kind of look at it with Africa. Like, I have to go and meet Africa.
I know I'm from some kind of tribe. I don't know what tribe. I'll be like, hello. Yes. Research, because they'll be like, see, we don't want you to know what tribe.
Yes.
Because you already too dramatic.
Yeah, I'm going to Africa this year. This year I'm going to Africa. So yeah, I got to go meet my mama. I got to go meet my birth mama, because I don't had enough of this wicked stepmama in America. So let me go meet my birth mama.
That is so deep, Latoya.
I got to meet my mom.
So you know, have you identified who your mom is?
No, I'm saying Africa as in general.
Oh, okay. Well, girl, I'm way too literal for that. I'm like,
yeah, I'm just saying.
When did this,
you know how they call
me off? Don't throw me off. I know you're talking philosophical now and all that.
Yeah, you know how they call Africa Mother Africa.
Yeah, but I didn't know that's what you. Girl, I was like, what did I miss? I was like, oh, you're tagging somebody. I said, did I miss something major?
No,
okay,
just mom.
You talking about mother Africa?
I know my biological mom, but I'm saying as in.
Well, you can't be using your poetic stuff on the Kim Jacobs show, not with me, because I'm way too literal. And then Mackenzie, I'm texting you, and you're looking down, and so I'm trying to get you to do something too. and you're over there laughing at something on your thingy. He's like, I'm about to send you a communication. You're gonna be saying 10 years later, Kim damaged me. So, can you please, Mackenzie? Can you look up at my comment? Okay. I gotta keep it general so I don't get in trouble later. Okay.
Right.
All right. So listen, we're gonna take another commercial break and we're gonna come back and go to some of our virtual studio audience comments. So let's take it away, Mackenzie. Right after this commercial break, we'll be right back.
Nothing says I love you more than final expense insurance whole life protection. With funeral advocacy nationwide, saving you and your family 30 to 80% off funerals and cremations. Nothing says I love you more than Get Insured Solutions, LLC. GetInsured.Solutions. 704-499-3616.
All right, everyone, and we are back. We are talking with Latoya Walker, who has just already taken us on such a journey of forgiveness to the person that murdered her brother, who was about literally like a father figure to her. And she was able to ask him for forgiveness because of the fact that she was carrying and harboring so much hatred in her own heart. So she recently wrote him a letter. We don't know whether he's going to respond or not, but even some of the studio audience members said that that letter is still going to impact him greatly.
Right.
You never know how it could change his life. So let's go to some of the studio audience comments. Mackenzie will go to some of those now. Thank you. Laugh out loud. I did mine too. The DNA tests are awesome. We have to know our roots. Now y'all gonna have me give me. I don't know where I'm from.
You better do it because I'm Nigerian and Cameroon.
So that's why they were treating you like that, because they could see that
they thought that I was Nigerian. They thought I was a Nigerian woman.
Wow.
So that's why so many Nigerian men be so attracted to me, because technically I am a Nigerian woman, in a Cameroon woman. But I didn't know. So I
you had this whole exotic thing about you too, because even the way you be like holding your mouth. I don't know how you doing that, because I can't do that. It's just regular old, right? But you're like, technically, I am a Nigerian. It's like you're doing something. You're doing something to these people, Latoya. You're doing something.
I am a part of the Igbo tribe, I think.
Okay, so all of y'all Igbo tribes out there, if you're trying to find a beautiful Nigerian woman that did not know she was of Nigerian descent, here she is right here in Dallas.
She said, welcome my Nigerian sister. Yes. Thank you.
Yes. So that's good. Let's see other comments. Latoya is so deep. I see that one up there. And then somebody said, ha, 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 ha. But Ann said, Latoya is so deep. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Power and knowing your roots and history up there, where Ann said. And then Udine said, amazing. Wow, Toya, you got me thinking, Udine said. Knowing your history is essential. Lots of comments flowing in. Thank you all so much for being such an active studio audience today. Ibu says, I am Ibu too. Embracing you, Latoya.
Yay, thank you.
Yes.
I'm my sister.
So you could just plan a whole trip and y'all can go together.
Yes.
And I don't know, I'm going to connect you with a pastor.
No, I don't mean to bring this up, Kim, but even when I don't know, but even when I eat African food,
you love it.
It's so good to me.
What if there's more to the story? Because like there's like you're like so you're mysterious. And
it's if I go to a Nigerian restaurant right now, they gonna think I'm a runaway slave, because I'm gonna just be eating they food. It's just so good to me. It's so good to me.
What if, okay, now listen to me seriously, Latoya. If there's more to the story as you continue to go on this journey and you find out something even deeper that may not have been revealed yet, come back on the Kim Jacobs Show and reveal it. Is that fair?
I will. Yeah.
Because you are too.
Yeah. Even
intertwined. What if something else going on?
I don't know. I might be that my book that I wrote may be true. You know, I may be part of a king and queen.
Girl, I want to come to the feast. Don't get brand new. Don't get brand new. If they crown you and they give you some kind of crown, you better remember your roots. Kim Jacobs Show.
I
hungry.
definitely will.
This
Shoot,
is
why
awesome.
everybody coming with me?
Oh, somebody wanted to know, what is your favorite Nigerian food? Who Ann asked that question.
I love fufu. I love goat meat. I love cabbage.
Yeah, I'm not Nigerian descent there because I don't know food. What is fufu? Tell me. That's not tofu, is it? What is fufu?
it's like a dish that you eat it with your hands. You know what plantain is? Plantain.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't like plantain either.
You
So,
know? Oh, okay.
but it's
Yeah.
all good
It's
because
all
I do.
yeah.
What do I like? This. Give me some foods that's Nigerian. I probably like some. I just don't know.
I just love goat meat now.
I definitely want to. I'm not. I'm from Newport. I'm from Newport News, Virginia. Then they ain't gonna be like,
Yes.
no, you ain't got no happiness. All right. Somebody said yes. You definitely Nigerian now for real because you like the real deal food, goat meat, fufu. You there all day long. That's fine. Okay. So what else do we want to talk about, Latoya? We've talked about so many things, and how else do you recommend that people really renew, refresh, and restart, especially when they've been completely down and out and they're trying to pick back up from ground zero?
I would say because sometimes when stuff happens to us in life, we tend to think that that's where we're gonna stay at. I don't know if you maybe lost your job, best believe you're gonna get a better one. Best believe you want to go start a business. Let's say you're coming out of divorce, you're coming out of a relationship, you're trying to hold on to something that ain't there no more, and this may be the time that God wants you to be by yourself and identify who you are, because we can be in these relationships all these years and it can be about the other person. I don't know if y'all remember Waiting to Exhale, how she was married all them years and she was
Oh,
just devoting herself to him. We devote ourselves to people 24/7, and
yeah.
sometimes in order to find who we are, we have to be broken. We have to be broken from friendships. We have to be so if something bad happens, I just look at it as a good thing. You don't know when it's going to happen, but you just work on yourself during that time, the transitioning time. If you lost your job, start working out, start working on your body. Like I have Dr. Kennan, she's helped me. I think I done lost like 10 pounds within the last week. So
Oh, you really get ready to start tripping in Nigeria,
oh
huh?
yes, I'm trying to. Dr. Kennan is helping me get this weight off of me, this excess weight on me. So we just gotta during that time, we gotta find something that we can do. If you thought about writing a book, start writing your book. Look for you another job and write your book.
That's
Look
good
for
advice.
another job and write your book. If you just had a breakup with a friend, that is fine. That's fine. Focus on doing something that you haven't been able to do instead of thinking on that problem, instead of thinking about what happened. Do something that you ain't been able to do.
That's
And you-
good.
yeah.
I love everything you're saying because even with people that have breakups and stuff, I've had
Mhm.
breakups in my life,
So,
and I don't feel like, that the breakup has to be so nasty. And
it
it's like, okay, what's the good part of what we can pull from what we've experienced to still be able to let our lights shine some kind of way
ooh,
in
I
the midst
had
of even this chaos, you
I
know?
had a nasty breakup and it was horrible.
Hmm.
And I was able to talk to him like afterwards. Like it had been like 3 years, and I was able to talk to him, and he said what he said. I said what I said, but I knew that I was a good person, and he's a good person too, But
Mhm.
we are not. We're going down. You can go left or you can go right, and that's the direction that we're going in. It don't mean that we're bad people just because we didn't stay together, but
Right.
we're not the part of life that I'm heading in. He's not gonna he doesn't want to go down that way. So you got to know that if somebody break up with you, that don't mean there's something wrong with you. It's just that y'all probably going down different roads in life. And
That's all.
yeah,
That's
that's
all.
it. It's it. Some people start going to go do stuff to their body, and you don't have to go do all that, because if somebody don't like you for who you is, then you don't have to go do nothing to yourself to keep that person. Your mind, your soul should be able to keep them. It
Mhm.
shouldn't have nothing to do with your looks or your weight or anything like that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Everything you're saying is so good. And one quote that I heard was, things end, people leave, and you know what? Life goes on, right? Life still goes on. Besides, if bad things didn't happen, then how would you be able to know when there were some good things?
Yes.
I
And
thought that was a good quote because at the
yes.
end of the day, we can appreciate and value the great things that happen in our lives because we've been through some pretty crappy stuff. And it's like, oh no, now I know this good because what I just came from was a hot mess, and I did not deserve that. And
Right.
you know what you brought on yourself, and you know things that have
Exactly.
been thrust on
Mhm.
you. And
Mhm.
I don't know why, but life's trauma and pain, it births out a different
It,
thing.
it do. It do. It
I'm a
do.
whole different person.
I'm a whole different person too, and we rebirth ourselves every day. Like I listened to Lauryn Hill say the other day. She said, "You don't know me because as days go by, I rebirth. My God reintroduces me to the world every single day. You
Mm.
may thought something was funny yesterday, and today that same thing you thought was funny, it may be
Like
offensive to
that's
somebody.
offensive. It's
Yeah,
okay. I'm
that's
dealing with
offensive.
that.
So
Right.
it's some stuff I used to think was funny 10, 15 years ago, and you can tell the people that ain't changed because they'll bring it up and I won't laugh about it.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, you just gotta keep going on with life. You just gotta keep going on with life. And God set us here for, for us to do his will, not for us to be focusing on if somebody like us or
It's
if
the wrong focus. The
yeah,
priority is we're here
yes.
to salt this earth and to be representation of
Hmm.
Christ.
Hmm.
And so whatever does not reflect that, we need to just try our very best to get rid of it. And
Right. And whether or not if a person leaves you, because sometimes that's the whole mind thing. When somebody breaks up with you, then you get to, well, what's wrong with me? No, I literally prayed one day for somebody. I prayed and I asked God to remove people from my life that was not
Mhm.
um for him. I didn't say
That's
me.
good.
I said for him. And whether or not they broke
That's
up with
good.
you, it doesn't matter how they left,
Mm.
because sometimes we ain't gonna do it. We ain't gonna remove them. So sometimes people have to remove themselves from us. That's the
And
only,
God is the only one that can help make that
and
possible.
he's the
So
only one that can help make that possible. So don't think it's something wrong with you as a person if all of a sudden somebody don't want to talk to you, or you thinking, oh, I'm a good person. Yeah, you are, but God removed them because they not right for you.
go ahead, Latoya. Oh Lord, okay, and you're right. I can't knock the I'm not knocking the Nigerian food because I'll be the main one right there. Girl, be like, girl, bring me some more food, and eat it like Abu Dhabi with a spoon. So you never know what I like trying new things. So when I go to Nigeria or when I go over to Cameroon with Latoya, I might be like, bring me my food. So I just want to get that. Somebody said that over in the comment, but somebody said the important thing here, Toya. Oh, he's still talking about food. Is that Toya
I don't
enjoys
eat it with no spoon. I eat it with my hand.
well, we'll find out if she eats it. Okay, no, she does not eat it with her spoon. She picks it up
I
with her
fix
hand.
it
All
up.
right. All right. Listen, y'all, if y'all enjoy this kind of programming, it takes a lot of work and concerted effort and teamwork on behalf of our team to be able to make this type of programming happen on a daily basis. And so feel free to pour into the Kim Jacobs Show. You can do that through Cash App at $ Kim Jacobs Inc. or paypal.me/Kim Jacobs Inc. Venmo at the Kim Jacobs Show, or you can become a Patreon member at patreon.com/the Kim Jacobs Show. I don't charge people to be a guest on the show. That's something that someone had asked me. And the reason I don't do that is because hopefully we get people that are poured into our original programming content. Okay. Uh, tell people how they can get your book, Latoya.
Okay, so you can go on Amazon and get my book, A Slave on the Throne. And or you can go to Walmart.com. It's actually on Walmart.com too. So go get it today. It's more of a motivational book. It's not a lot of people hear that it's about, slavery. I'm not trying to take nobody back into slavery. It's more motivation from what she
Motivation in what way? So give us like one key
motivation
point.
in whatever you go through in life, the beginning of your life, it does not reflect on the ending of it or the middle of it. So she went through so much in the beginning. She was rejected. She was sold by her own people, but she eventually made her way back to Africa and regained the throne. So a
How is
lot of
it possible that you wrote even a book about that and then you find out that you
It's the vision that God kept. That's why I'm saying it was all during COVID. God was giving me a vision about Africa. He was showing me I'm going to Africa to speak in Africa, and then He gave me the vision about the book. So it's
And this
all.
before you found out that you are
Yeah, this
Nigerian.
is before. This is before. Yeah, this was before. So that's why I start going to that whole deep Africa mission.
Mm, I am so impressed. If I had like, you'd be like, woo!
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Yeah,
God
this
did
was, yeah.
work.
It started with the incident at the real estate convention, and then at the restaurant when they kept coming up to me asking me what tribe I was from. So then during COVID, God gave me this vision about the slave on the throne, about this girl, and it's kind of related to my life a little.
That's good,
Yeah,
Latoya. Everybody, go get. I want to put that up. The Slave on the Throne. Make sure you go get your copy of A Slave on the Throne. Buy it at Amazon. Buy it at Walmart. You're going to be supporting Latoya Walker's mission and her cause and her part of her purpose for even being here on this earth. So go support her. She has a new book that's coming out as well. As soon as that's released, I hope that she'll come back and
I'll come back and let y'all know about that one. That one's a little different, but we got to reach the whole world. We got to reach everybody. So.
and you never know, she might be filming that from Nigeria.
Oh, see, you see what you talking about? See how you spoke that in existence?
Oh
Yes,
Lord.
yes.
I'm
Amen.
excited. What if you end up getting married to somebody in Nigeria? Are you? You're not married, are you?
No.
Oh, girl. What if you get married? And what if you do become like the queen, a
The
prince?
queen of a country?
Oh, girl. Please. I'm telling you. We had our one-on-one conversation right here on the Kim Jacobs Show, and it was all being birthed and spoken to existence.
Yeah, y'all. So if Prince Abdullah or Prince Hakeem out there.
You done made up some college in America.
What's his
You
name?
so you done went to a whole different. Okay, y'all. So now we are coming to America. We do all kinds of stuff. But anyway, this is fun. This has been a fun episode, but it's also been a heart-wrenching episode, a roller coaster ride of emotion.
Yeah.
And I'm so honored to have you here today. So thank you for being our guest.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you. This was good. Thank you.
So everybody, listen, tune in tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to have another wonderful guest lined up for you. We have great guests lined up all week, actually, except for Friday. Remember, I'm taking off Friday, Monday, and Tuesday of next week in honor of my birthday and Memorial Day weekend that's coming up. I will be celebrating 52 years of life on this earth, and I'm getting ready to celebrate in a big way. I don't know what that look like. It may be just swimming one day, skating, anything I feel like doing that's just going to be fun. So anyway, thank you for being a wonderful guest, Latoya. You have just rocked it.
Thank you.
Thank you all for being in the virtual studio audience. You are amazing. Hello, everyone. I'm Kim Jacobs, host of The Kim Jacobs Show, where we're bringing balance to the world one household at a time. Listen, we go live every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I bring guests on that talk about their backstories, things that they've had to overcome to become who they are today. Many of them are balancing and juggling life, and they've become experts in different fields. So they're sharing tips with you to make your life just a little bit easier. Many times as a guest in the studio audience, you'll get a chance to walk away with a missing piece of the puzzle that might be missing in your life. Let's go on this journey together, and I look forward to seeing you Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on The Kim